Hello, folks. Welcome to Cousins Reality TV. I'm Josh.
I'm Beth.
And today we are talking, we're catching up on our Big Brother talks. It's been a little bit. We've watched a few episodes and haven't gotten a chance to talk about it. I think we're behind since, Wednesday? The veto meeting?
Yeah.
But honestly, is there really anything we need to touch on for that? For Wednesday or Friday or Wednesday or Thursday, because that was a boring week.
I had a couple points.
You had a couple things. Okay.
Talk about. Nothing super exciting, nothing super pressing. One thing that I wrote down was that I found it super frustrating how Lauren acted like she was so devastated to have to use Adrian as a renom, because what are you crying for? You're the one who wanted to be HOH when you didn't have any reason to be. You said you wanted to wear those pants, you wanted to make moves, blah blah blah, and then you cry the whole time acting like you're devastated about it. It was so stupid to me because you put yourself in that situation and I don't feel sorry for you. So stop crying, stop with the tears, stop apologizing to everybody. Like when Will said, he was talking in the diary room and was like, "What are you crying for? Those were your decisions, own them." And I felt the exact same way. So that to me was really frustrating. So I definitely wrote that down because that annoyed me.
I'm glad you brought that up because I remember now that really ticked me off as well. I just couldn't remember because it was so long ago. But that is a good point because that is so frustrating. And it actually brings me to something that she did on Sunday's episode, which I know I'm jumping ahead here, but she was in the diary room crying that Adrian went home. She's like, I didn't want him to go home. And I'm like, why did you put him up?
Exactly.
That was the stupidest thing ever.
Like, that's the whole point of being the HOH, right? Is that you have the power to protect people. So if you didn't want him to go home, why did you put him up?
Exactly.
So that was just really stupid to me. I don't have any respect for Lauren at this point as a game player. So, I just don't. But that was pitiful to me. It was absolutely pitiful to me. And then another point that I had for Wednesday's show was how Kelley kept saying, basically several times, people owe me. They owe me. They better be ready to pay up when it's time.
That's right. She did say that. Oh my God.
She really has no clue about Big Brother, does she?
No.
Nobody owes you anything, Kelley. And you are just beneficial to their game at this point, but it's only going to go on for so long. You're not going to win this game. You don't really have any real allies, which going to Sunday's episode, at least she's kind of onto the fact now that Vinny's not her ally. She's the only person that we've seen, which again, we've talked about editing. We don't know if other people, but so far Kelley's the only one at least to say something positive about her that is at least kind of tapping into Vince and kind of getting suspicious of him. And she's already like, that bridge is burned. How long until other people start to feel that way as well?
Right. I completely agree with you. And with that, Vince knows it and she's on the block. So do you think that maybe he's going to use that to his benefit and target her if she's still on the block? So because she's the only one that's on to him to save his ass.
It would be a smart move on his part, especially because, she doesn't really have anybody.
No.
I think she believes that Riley, it looks like, and Keanu, those are who she kind of thinks are her allies at this point. And they're both bottom of the totem pole. So, it would probably be a really smart move on Vince's behalf to get her out.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see if she remains on the block. But going back to her being on the block, another point that I had wrote down, I don't understand her comment either in the diary room, which I'm sorry, it's bouncing all over the place, but so much has happened. It's kind of hard. It's going to be hard to stay on a track. So this is really just a catch-up sesh to talk about whatever and whenever is how I kind of look at it. Kelley said in the diary room that she was upset that Adrian had went. She was so confident that they had the votes to keep him to stay that had she known, she would have thrown the blockbuster. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Because if it would have been Kelley and Will, she would have gone home. No one was going to go home against Will. So
No.
what was she saying there? And I don't understand that. She thinks that she would have been kept over Will? Is that what she believes? Because I can't see how she would have meant it any other way.
Yeah. I mean, from them counting the votes, had Vince and Zach actually voted for Adrian to stay, he said he didn't want Lauren to break the tie. And it's like, so you don't want her to play the game? Like, this is so annoying.
Yes, I have that on my list too, because, well, there was a couple things about that. So now let's talk about that a second. That's so dumb. Like, I care so much about her. It's the same thing for him, though, too. Because what would have been better for your game, though, Zach? And you don't really care because you don't want Lauren to make a decision on her HOH. She put those two people on the block. So, yeah, make her make a decision if that's how the house fell. But then what was annoying about that also was that then Riley saying, I hate when people let other people manipulate them in this game. Whatever you want, Catherine.
Exactly. I had that on my list. Yes. Oh yeah.
God. And another point about him really fast that I have to say, because I thought it was funny. You know, we had talked about how he doesn't look at all like Brad Pitt. And I was like, well, he looks like Kid Rock to me. We were watching it tonight and Rick was watching it with me. For all of our millions of listeners, that Rick, my husband, and he goes, that guy looks like Kid Rock. And I was like, yes.
All right, I'll try to do a side by side. That's hilarious. He does look like Kid Rock.
I hope that Mickey looks back on that and was like, that was the dumbest thing I said my entire time in the Big Brother house. I mean, because then think about, do Kid Rock and Brad Pitt look alike? No.
No, not at all.
So yeah, you do a side by side of that for sure.
What else did I have on my list? Going back to Thursday, I think that was one of the most heartbreaking evictions I've ever seen in the show's history, because I genuinely liked both of them, and like you could tell how upset they were, and everybody in the house was upset because it's like everybody wanted Kelley to go home.
Well, you know, that's funny because literally on my list it says one of the hardest evictions to see. Both good dudes who genuinely wanted to be there.
Yes.
And that's exactly. So yes, it was. And I mean, in all of the seasons, not just the season, I think is how you do, like, ever on the show. You know, Adrian, I can see why they would have wanted him out because he was smart. Because, you know, I think that had he gotten far, if he would have made it to final two, he would have had a fantastic chance of winning. And he was very likable. So I understand the voting him out, but that was just a terrible thing to see. Yes, absolutely. And it was a complete cop out for Lauren to put him up in the first place. And she only did it because he'd already been up on the block. And then it makes me mad again when I think about her crying about it, because it's like, you did it. So you put everybody in this position. So, yeah. And I don't know, also going back to the blockbuster, I don't know what Will was doing by putting 16. I don't know.
God, I saw that. I was like, did he just put 16? He did not put 16.
Right. And they never had him talk about it. Like, was he throwing it? Because didn't Julie also say in the rules the closest without going over?
Yes.
So if he was even trying, why would he have guessed so high?
I don't know.
I don't know either, unless he felt so safe that he thought, I can throw it because no matter who I'm up against, I'm staying. I mean, I don't know. That was hard too, was to watch them both do their speeches, and like Will's like, I can't even say anything because I love Adrian so much, that was really hard to watch, and there was so many better options that she could have thrown up there. She was such a waste, HOH. Like, it was such a waste for so many different reasons, and, yeah, Lauren is not on my list of people I care to see win, and to that point, kind of, Catherine to me seems like such a mean girl. I don't
Yes.
like Catherine at all. And so, I just kind of lump them together at this point, and I would like to see either of them go sometime soon. I think that they really have no business in the game whatsoever. And what has Catherine even done?
Nothing. Nothing.
No.
And it's weird because from yesterday's episode, Lauren isn't even getting lumped into that group. So it's like
Oh,
they're not,
really?
not one time when they were mentioning the sides, Lauren was like in the middle again. She wasn't on one side or the other side. Because she's always was attached to the hip to Catherine. But they didn't mention Catherine or Lauren being in that group. They said Riley, Kelley, Keanu, Catherine. Who was the other one? There's a fifth one. But they didn't say Lauren's name. So, like, it's not like she's a part of that group.
Huh.
So
That's interesting. That is interesting.
So it's like Catherine picked a side, but Lauren's still in the middle.
Well, that's weird because I thought they were kind of seen as a duo.
Me too.
But I guess maybe she's more seen as a duo with Riley now.
Yeah, I think so.
Know.
And I think secretly, I think Vince is kind of in the middle still at this point, and so is Lauren. And I think they're really I think those two are gonna make it far. And it's a shame.
I think Vinny's gonna win. I mean, I really, really do. I think that he's got such a great shot. But I got to do my Ava hating on this week. I'm sorry, but you can just expect that probably every week. But Ava, did you notice during the eviction they kept showing close-ups of her acting like she's crying? There were no tears. Did you notice that? There was no tears coming from her eyes. Now, I mean, I've cried a few times in my life, and I know that tears come when you cry. Why did she have no tears? I think it was fake. Fake. Fake.
I was thinking the opposite.
Really?
I actually was, I was actually touched by how sad she was because, and yeah, she was wiping her face, so she had those tears. She
was wiping her face, but there was nothing there. There was nothing there. Go back and watch. Because if you look, because I'm like, there's no moisture. There's nothing there. She was not crying. She was not crying.
Well, I take it as when she was doing her vote, you could tell that she was trying to not cry while she was doing her vote. She was holding it back. Fake. Okay.
I'm telling you, Josh, when they would show the close-ups of her, there was no moisture. There was no wetness. And even if she had been wiping away tears, there would be moisture there. I didn't see it. And there was 2 different close-ups of her. And I didn't see it. I think it was fake. I think it was fake.
All right, fair enough. I'll have to go back and watch it.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry, Ava stands. It's probably, unless she wins me over, I doubt it. And like you had said in the past, Ava reminds me of someone. And so maybe that's a little piece of it too. But I'm just saying, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think it was an act. The only thing that she ever has said so far in this season that I've kind of thought was funny was when they were asking her who she was attracted to in the house.
Yes.
And she said the only one is Rachel. That was the only thing she said that I was like, all right, that I kind of like,
And she does seem to be really being set in stone with Rachel. Like, she doesn't seem to be turning on Rachel at all. At least not that I've seen on the live feeds or anything. It really feels like she is going full in on the her and Rachel alliance.
Well, then I'm glad about that. I'm glad about that because, obviously I want everybody to keep Rachel safe. So, the longer we have Rachel, the better. I do want to bring up also that I had seen on social media, and I didn't have time to read the comments and even watch the whole video, to be honest with you, but there was rumblings that after this week, after nominations, after, whatnot, that basically Rachel had a talk with Mickey and it sounded as if she's wanting to leave the game. So I want to see, I'm curious to see if there's any truth in that.
The Rachel wanted to leave the game?
Yes, that basically she's, you know, done, that she doesn't see a way she's going to win. She misses her family, she misses Brendan, and that she wants to go home. Again, I didn't see the clip myself. It was somebody talking about it and I couldn't watch the whole thing cuz there was stuff going on here. I can't always always finish my videos or read the comments, but basically with this content creator, that was what they were saying, and the few comments that I did read through seem to agree with that. So I don't know how much truth there is to that, but that's something that we're going to have to investigate.
I mean, she could have just been having a hard day too. I mean, I know that probably
Or
has.
or reverse psychology, right?
That could be too. Yeah. I mean, I know I saw I don't know if you saw this, but people were claiming that she was cheating. Did you see that?
Yes. Yes, with the whiteboard.
Yes. It's like, okay,
Yes.
that's not true. And I don't know. I feel like, yeah, maybe she was doing reverse psychology or maybe she's just having a bad day. I mean, Alyssa had a bad day when she was on 15 and she wanted to leave the game. So, I mean, there's going to be those ups and downs days. So, I really don't think Rachel would ever quit. She loves Big
I
Brother
don't
too much.
I
And
don't either, but
she's
I
doing
did
so
think
well.
she is, but I did think that it was something that we should at least tap on or keep an eye out for just,
Yeah.
in future reference. But yeah, but that is out there. But yeah, I can't picture Rachel giving up either. I didn't think she would rather die than
Yeah.
give up on that. But man, I just like I literally finished the episode right before we got on the call. But even tonight when she's like, when she was trying to play with Keanu and she would not give up
Yes.
being on Keanu's team and she's like, I'm a legend.
Yeah, I'm with Keanu. I'm a legend. She's
I
just great.
mean, she really is. She is iconic. I mean, Rachel Riley, iconic. There
Can
you go.
can we touch on that HOH competition and how dumb it was?
It was pretty stupid. Well, and you know what really made it stupid though, and it would have been any of these past couple weeks, is it was all for nothing. It was just like it was a waste of like a whole competition. It was a waste of the setup. It was a waste of the idea. Like the whole thing was a waste because it wasn't even real. And I will say, I do not like Riley. You know this. I don't, and I dislike him even more after watching this last episode.
Yeah.
He does not handle things well. Like when it eventually came out that it was Mickey, she handled herself so well
Yes,
in that,
calm, cool, and collected.
and he made a complete ass out of himself. Even before he had the interrogations, he made an ass out of himself with just how heated he was and how mad it was, and she was like, "It's just a game. It's just a game." Even when she was up there with him and she was like, "Don't take it personal, Riley. It's just a game." And it's like how you had said the other week, he was handing his game over to Catherine. So what do you even care, Riley? What do you even care? You're not there to play the game to win the money. You're there to hang out with Catherine. So shut up. Mickey wants to win. You don't really.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the fact that he was so blind the whole time during those interrogations. It's Ashley. It's Ashley. But
Uh, you know,
who was it that made the point of if it was Ashley, she would have used it last week? And he just
right,
completely
right.
bypassed that idea and was just so determined it was Ashley. I'm like, you're an idiot.
You know, I wanted to say too with this episode, you know, why like is production not showing us stuff? Because people don't like Ashley. And it can't still be from the shower thing all those weeks ago. But like, what was like? It's a game. Who cares that Ashley was smiling? Why was Catherine going at her? Like, why are people picking on Ashley so much? Why do they dislike her so much? I don't see anything from what we see on TV. Again, I can't really watch live feeds, so I don't know what goes on when I don't, other than what they show us. But why do people dislike her so much? Because it's almost like how Rachel said, it really has been like borderline bullying, picking on her, and I don't see that she's given anybody a reason.
I don't get it either. I love Ashley.
I do too.
I didn't think I would like her at the start. But I actually have really grown to really, really like her. She's one of my favorites. And yeah, I don't understand the hate either. And I don't know what the fuck is up Catherine's ass. Like, she was one of the ones I liked a lot because I felt like she was really intuitive and she felt like she was there to play the game. But she looks like she's just there to lay around and and be a bitch.
She has like no personality either. I'm surprised she got cast. Because it's usually like you throw a bunch of people with big personalities in the Big Brother house. And she's just like totally like bland, doesn't like, she's just, I don't care for her at all. But one other thing that I had on my list, this has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about, but while I'm thinking about it too, I wanted to say, when they were starting to show the rifts between Mickey and Morgan, which I hated because I know we both really enjoy that duo, but there was some rifts that they were starting to show. Morgan told Mickey that Zach and Vince asked her to do a final three with them, right?
Yeah.
She tells Mickey about it, and which I think was the right thing to do because she is very close to Mickey. She wants that relationship. So she told her and was upfront and honest with her about that. Then Mickey went and who was it that she told?
Adrian.
Was it? Yes. I didn't like that. I didn't think that was too cool. And then Morgan found out about it. And I was like, man, that's not good. But what I thought was interesting, though, was Morgan showed a lot of maturity there because she could have used that opportunity to go around and tell people about Mickey's power, and she didn't. And I didn't even think about that till I watched the episode tonight. Now, maybe in the end that would have been a bad choice. But, when you're in that house and there's all these emotions and stuff like that, and you start to feel like your friend is turning on you, well, if you're going to tell people about a final three that I made, then I'm going to tell people that you've got a power, or at least allude to it, or put a target on your back. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I'm glad that didn't happen, but it was a thought that I had.
Okay.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah. So we didn't see everything in that because I was kind of bothered by it too. But at the same time, I look at it from Mickey's point of view. I'm sure Mickey is feeling upset that Morgan is getting so close to Zach and Vince.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, I don't know. I'm starting to like Morgan less and less because I just don't care for Zach or Vince and the fact that she's so close to them. And I'm worried that it's going to be a situation where she's going to eventually just kick Mickey to the curb for them. And I could see it.
Well, what's a shame about that though is that I don't even like from what we've seen, okay, again, because I don't watch the live feeds, I can't say because I don't see. As a viewer though, I'm thinking to myself, I think that it's not even that Morgan has a loyalty to them, but that she has those feelings for Zach, and that's clouding everything else.
And that could be it too.
But that's a shame because at least like her relationship with Mickey, you guys are going to go this game together, whatever. And this dumb thing about it too is that Zach doesn't even feel the same way about her. He feels that way about Lauren. So that he's not even like interested in you. So why are you like, so it would be in her best interest to keep the loyalty to Mickey. And I'm glad that it seems like, at least as of this week, she's still loyal to Morgan, and vice versa. But that would be really stupid on her part to choose Zach over her. And it would only be because of her feelings for him, I think, at least from what they've shown us. Again, I can't say for sure because we know we don't see a lot because it's constant. And we only get 1 hour here and there to see, to be caught up on what's going on. And there's so much that we're going to miss. But Zach's not even into you, Morgan. So stick with the girls. I want to see a woman duo from beginning to end. Don't ruin it.
I know.
Don't ruin it. But I think Mickey's power in this game is really just that she is so laid back and she's so, like she's determined, but she's so like, I don't know, like I like the way that she plays and I hope that if something ever backfires on her, she keeps that level head. How she's so like she knows in her head it's a game, it's a game, it's a game. But she's also playing, but I just like that she's so laid back about it and she doesn't let herself get so overrun with emotions, which a lot of times the women in the house do. And then, but maybe she also just doesn't show it. I don't know. But I do really like her. I think the dumbest thing was how Riley was going on and on saying how you wasted this power. No, you were going to put her up. You were going to, I mean, so stupid.
You were safe. You were safe.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Stupid. But I mean, I know what happens up until today, so I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's listening. But we're going to have so much more to talk about at the end of the week, and I'm very excited to see how Thursday plans out. So at least this week is very exciting, I feel like.
Yes, I feel like this is going to be probably the best week so far.
I mean,
it's already had like one of the best episodes so far. I really liked yesterday's episode.
I did too.
And I think it was edited okay. There wasn't any. I don't remember there being any like just funny, random stuff that I didn't need to see.
No.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to touch on. We talked about Kelley finally turning on Vince. We talked about Riley is an idiot. Catherine's a B. Lauren's a terrible HOH. Oh, who are your top 3 at this point? Is it late enough at the game that we can just pick who our favorite 3 are? Because
oh man. Okay, but when we do this, I mean, obviously we're both gonna pick Rachel.
Right.
So I mean, are we picking a 3 in addition to Rachel or Rachel included?
Sure, we could do our top 3 without Rachel, because obviously Rachel's our favorite. So we'll just pick our top 3 that's not Rachel.
Okay, but when you say top 3, because when you say top 3, are you saying the top 3 that I like, or the top 3 that I think will win?
Top 3 top 3 that we like, who we would like to win. Who would say that would make our watching of this season worth it?
Okay. Well, all right. I like Will. I don't think he's ever gonna win.
No, but he's on my list.
But likability, 100%.
Yep. And Thursday, just Mickey. Like put him right on the top. Mickey, yes, I like Mickey.
Mickey for sure. And then I think my third at this point is going to be Ashley.
I agree. 100%. Yeah. I mean,
and the sad thing is though, Josh, if I had to pick a 4th, I think I would pick Vince.
Oh, I think I would pick Vince. Oh,
I don't dislike him. And it's like, I understand his point though. He's likable. People like him. And if people are coming up to him, offering him deals and wanting him in alliances, I mean, what's he going to say? No. So I get his situation. He's not my favorite, but I don't dislike him. But are there other people I would like to see before him win? Like, Will's a family man. I would love to see Will win, especially since he's been thrown on the block so much. Absolutely. I'd like to see him win a couple things to show, that he's got some of that in him, whatever kind of competition that is, even if it's just a random chance one, where they like hit a ball into a number. If he would win
Yeah,
that, I'd still
right?
be like, yeah. Mickey though, Mickey I think is so smart. And so I think that, I think she probably is one that puts more thought into the game than anyone else. So she would be a great winner. Ashley, I haven't seen a ton of her. What I see of her is her getting picked on. So for that reason
Yeah.
alone, I'm like, I want to see her make it far. But I do think that, if Vince does end up winning, which I firmly believe at this point he's the number one choice to win, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Vince is a shoe-in to win. I think if I would have had a fourth, though, I think I'd pick Keanu just because he's bringing the entertainment. Not that he's a good game player or anything, but he's definitely causing the entertainment. At least the drama.
But you know what? You know what pisses me off about him though is that he is such a likable person.
I
But
know.
sometimes he just makes you like so like tonight, like when there were so many things that like Riley was saying and doing that just was so made me so put off. Keanu has those moments,
He
and it was
does.
like when he did the picking you off one by one, and then tonight when he's like, oh, when he would win and stuff like that, like that just turns me off to him,
And I
And
agree.
it's like deep down, I like him. I know he's a good guy, but I don't know. I think that he's shot himself in the foot so many times.
I mean, he really has, but
he's got no feet. He's working on his arms now.
yeah.
He's gonna shoot himself in the hand.
He's gonna have nothing
Feet are gone.
left by the time he's gone.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a
He's out of
torso.
feet.
The torso coming out of the house with a head on it. Julie, can you help me up on the chair?
Yeah.
Sure, Keanu. I'll help you up on the chair.
Well, that took a turn.
Sorry, that's horrible. But
who are your three, Josh? Who are your three?
The same three as you. Mickey, Ashley, and Will. Yeah, they're just the most likable people.
They are. But it's like I think to myself, again, going back to Vince, but I feel like if I was in that house, I think I would like Vince. I think if I was in there, I would be like, he seems like such a down to earth, guy. I could see myself getting caught in his, what do they call it online? The myth or whatever. Vince's myth. And they always say that every year about contestants. Somebody's got their mist. I think he's got a mist.
Well, I mean, Kelley's onto him, and I think there was a part, and I don't know if we ever touched on this, but Rachel seems to be onto him also. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot what episode it was.
Yeah, well, she was telling Lauren not to be swayed by him when she was thinking her nominations. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know how long that will last, but for now, I still think, even with Kelley being on to him because she's so low on the list, I don't think people really take what she has to say seriously.
No.
I think they use her as someone to go on the block. And, I don't think that she has much sway in the game. I mean, she always acts like she's volunteered. But the thing is, like last week, even if she didn't volunteer, Lauren was still putting her up. So, how it's not like you're doing people favors. They would do it anyway.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch the live feeds, but did she volunteer to go up on the block this week?
She did not. She asked to not go on the block because it's her birthday, was what I saw.
On my daughter's birthday?
I know, that was what I thought too. I was like, she's got some rock star in her.
Yes.
Not on my birthday. You can't put me up. But yeah, I thought that too. That was funny. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, she got put up anyway. So, I mean, at this point, Kelley, get your shit together. That's how I feel. Like, you got to realize you're not doing people favors and nobody owes you anything.
Nope.
So if you want to stay in this game, you need to start making offers, making deals, getting in with a group of people that you can work with. Just because you've won a couple competitions, and the blockbusters, I feel like, are always kind of easier competitions anyway because they're supposed to be so fast. So it's not like, and that, like we said before, that extra veto one, that was an easy puzzle. Like, it was intended for you to win.
Yes,
You're not a master gamer. So, she really needs to get her head in the game and stop seeing through, her rose-colored glasses that she's like so much better than she is, because she's not good at this game. Nobody, like, her strategy right now, I guess, in her head has been working, but nobody's going to respect it. Nobody is going to vote for you. If somehow you make it to final 2, nobody's going to respect that kind of gameplay to let you win the game.
Nope.
So get your head in the game if you really want to be there. But I don't think she's watched it. I don't think she knows what she's doing.
No.
And so it's just a shit show.
Not at all. And what was it that she said in the bathroom on the couch next to Riley? She said something like, tried to be cool, and it just sounded stupid. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what she said. Oh man, I wish I could remember what she said. I should have wrote it down, but I was just like, okay, yeah, you're not
well, if
cool.
you think of it, let me know, because now I'm curious.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. She tried to be something like really cool, like something like "Don't come at me, bro," or something like that, and I'm just like, you sound stupid.
The secondhand embarrassment was real.
Or when she came up to the Riley and she's there like, I need to hear you say it, that you voted for him. Listen, I can badmouth these people all day. I mean, I wasn't too keen on the cast when they first announced them, and I'm still not too keen on them. I dislike most of the people in the house this year, and yeah, I really only like those 4 people, so the rest of them can go.
We've got a lot of game left and a long time to go. So, maybe things will change. Maybe somebody will surprise us and we'll get to see more of them and they'll win us over. I mean, but as of right now, I mean, I don't even think we're not even midway into the game, but as of right now, several weeks in where we've gotten a chance to kind of know everybody better. We've got our top 3 picked out. Pretty much, though, other than the top 3, and on my occasion, like, there's not really any middle of the road for me. Pretty much everyone else I dislike.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, I don't dislike Morgan. I don't dislike her. So I'm not going to say I dislike her, but I dislike Riley. I dislike Zach. I dislike Kelley. I dislike Lauren. I dislike Catherine. I dislike Jimmy. I dislike Ava. So pretty much everyone. Keanu, I don't dislike him, but I don't really like him at this point. He's gonna have to do some making up to me to win me over.
I agree. And with Keanu, yeah, he's still one of those people where I would love to just hang out with him outside the house. Like, he just seems like such
he'd be a blast.
Right?
Yeah. And I think that he really is a sweet person. I bet he is the type of person, like, if he was in your life, he would do anything for anybody. That's what I get from him. Like,
Yes.
I feel like he's the type of guy that, like, he's going to watch, a movie and cry, like he's that kind of person. So I hate that he hasn't done well in this game, because I think that if he would have kept his wits about him, that
Yep.
he would have done so much better, and he would have been like a Vince, where everybody would have liked him and everybody would have trusted him, but it just didn't fall that way for him, unfortunately. So, maybe somehow, like, I think that he's trying to build some relationships. So, maybe he'll get there. I don't know. I don't think that after this week, if he's still in it, I don't think that he will remain public enemy number one. I think that a lot of things are going to shake up after this week.
Okay, yeah. And I agree with you about Morgan. I don't dislike Morgan either. I just don't like her connection with Zach, because I dislike Zach so much.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But if her number one is truly Mickey, then she, she might end up leaning more. She might end up on my top three at, seeing how things play out. I mean, it's one thing to have a little crush when you're in a house and you're bored and there's a cute guy in there, fine. But if she starts to let it really affect her game and her relationship with who her real ally should be, then yeah. So it's kind of going to depend, because it's like, I'm very much like, you're in that house, you've got a once in a lifetime chance. Millions of people would love to be in your shoes. You need to be in that house wanting to win.
Yeah.
That needs to be your number one goal above anything else, above any other crush or, so Riley, I have no respect for you in this game because of that. And it's one thing too, like, if you don't make that like your whole thing, but like everything I've heard about Riley, like, because Brendan and Rachel obviously met in the house and stuff, but they still wanted to win the game and they were hardcore about it together.
Yes.
Riley and Catherine, well, Catherine especially, like, she's lounging around, not doing anything. It's really annoying, but I probably have to wrap this up. But this has been a fun chat. I can't wait till the next time we talk. I feel like it's going to be a lot to discuss.
I agree. Yes, I enjoyed it. It was good talk. We needed to catch up because it's been a while. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys, you'll hear us. You'll hear us in the next one. Hopefully after Thursday's episode sometime later this week. So thank you guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.